everyone. Good morning. Welcome. And Metcalf here in sunny Sawasan, British Columbia. Just breathing in that beautiful earth energy. Heartbeat of beloved Terra, the planet of which we live on and with. I'm just sending all that loving sunshine your way if it happens to be a cloudy day where you live. Welcome to the Alchemical Shifts Sunday morning broadcast, and it's about conscious living, conscious eating. And this morning I'm going to just talk a little bit about this virus issue and some of the experiences I've had in the past with my health issues. So this COVID virus, it's a part of consciousness, just as we are. And I think one of the biggest viruses going around is our fear. And if we could get out of our fear, then our immune system, our health, our mental health, our physical health, everything will just vibrate higher. And I was watching an old Bob Newhart clip when he was a psychologist, and a woman comes into his office with all sorts of things, fears of being buried in a box or something. And his two words to her was, "Stop it." That's what Adironda says, just stop it. And I know it sounds easy, but that's one thing you can do. If thoughts, fears come into your mind, it's only old conditioning. It's your ego that keeps you in that fear. You don't have to be there. So you just say, stop it. And just take a deep breath in. Something I learned yesterday from Judy Satori and St. Germain is just breathe in for 8 seconds. And breathe out for 8 seconds. And that way you are just filling your lungs with just that air, and as you're doing that, it just helps relax the body. So when you get into those fears, you just say, stop it. I can do this. And you breathe in for those 8 seconds. And then you breathe out. So just try and do that more and more throughout your day. And so when we are in that fear, our vibration, our frequency level in our body is lower. And then that's how these viruses can latch onto us, because they're looking for somebody who is a little weaker. Because when you're strong physically, and I think emotionally, spiritually, then you can stop that virus from latching onto you. And I know there's some American doctors that are talking about treatments. I don't actually hear it much on the news, and how we can look after our physical bodies. And vitamin D has been mentioned, vitamin C has been mentioned, and zinc, sort of higher levels. If you take it all the time, then maybe you don't need it. But if you haven't been taking it, and if you are worried about that, or if you have immune issues, then you might want to, first of all, test with your body the way we did a couple of weeks ago, and you'll put that vitamin in front of your chest, just in front of your chest, and just say, are our vibes aligned? Is this good for me? Will this help build my immune system? And the forward is a yes, and the backward is a no. So it's a very simple tool that you can use for yourself, because everybody is uniquely different in their body. We're all humans, but our needs are slightly different, kind of depending on our ancestral heritage, I think. So just stop yourself from getting caught up in the fear, and just live from your essence heart, that soul presence within you that is so full of beautiful light. And just breathe that in. I think it was 18 years ago I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, and that is an autoimmune condition. It can affect any organ in your body, and many people don't realize it, because it's a hard one to diagnose. And mine was in my lungs. It was a cold and then a cough that wouldn't go away, and then x-rays going, oh, sarcoidosis. And basically the scar tissue forms at the base of your lungs and works its way up. It makes breathing more difficult, and 1/3 of the people end up being on prednisone, and 2/3 don't. And I'm going, well, I don't even want to be that 1/3 who doesn't. So I researched it. I was curious. And then with this one doctor that I was listening to this morning, her mantra is curiosity and intuition. So use that intuition of yours. And I went on to raw food for over a year. And it was all fresh food. It was uncooked. It was whole food. And I ended up healing my own body. And I've since evolved from raw food to vegan, now called plant-based, vegetarian, and now I eat what presents, and I also eat what I'm checking in with my body as to what it needs. And sometimes it is a hamburger patty, sometimes it's fish, and sometimes it's plant-based. And so I do that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's part of what I teach in my Trust Your Gut, Eating Intuitively the Right Foods for You program. And so I was able to listen and heal my body with fresh food. And then a few years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition where my T4 was just, TH4 was just off the charts. And the doctor wanted to put me on Synthroid, or some artificial controller of the thyroid. And again, my intuition said, no, I don't think so. So I went online. There's an Australian doctor, and she's helping people heal with that kind of thing, the hypothyroidism, etc., through their diet and a proper mindset. And I also had some energy work done with a friend of mine, and just with that one session, dropped it by 2/3. So now it's at a level where I am happy with, and I feel great. My energy is good. I get up every morning around 4:30, and I just greet the day and say, whoa, okay, let's do this beautiful day. So there's lots of ways that we can be healthy. And I know some of you have your own systems in place, and I if you want to share that on my Facebook, that would be wonderful. You can go to my website, and it's www.soil-alchemy.com, and check. I've got some of my poetry there, and a couple of blogs and some information on the Rosie's Hope chests and the copper Gaian coins that I make, and then attach them to jewelry to help us tap into those light codes that are within us. They're within all of us. We all have these innate abilities that you see other people with. Well, you have that too. So just breathe that in. We are such beautiful beings of light. You just gotta love being on this planet. It's so beautiful. And we're here to evolve. That's what it is. And everything that's happening right now, they are sort of experiments in a way, or experiences. And how do we choose to react to them? Things that happen in your life. You know, some people say, well, look on the sunny side. Well, that's one part of it. But if it's for you to pay attention to, then what is it asking you? It's asking you to shift your perceptions. And I'm going to read something, a little quote from Rumi, and something from the knowledge book to kind of take you on your way for the day. And also remember, our conscious living are choices. They're choices in what we buy, what we eat, how we be with other people in our work. And when we make those conscious choices, that can only sort of emanate positivity. And that's what we want to create peace on earth. It's that positivity that we can, because we choose to. So from the knowledge book, it's a book of learning, it's a book of knowledge, it's science. It's not so much a sacred book. It is sacred, but it's not considered sacred. And it has a lot of information for us going into our futures. And you are supreme consciousnesses, appointed to the dimension of mission on this path by supreme mechanism. Now, each of you should act by his/her intellect, logic, awareness, and conscience. From now on, you should receive the commands not from others, but from the voice of your essence, without being under any influence, as beings possessing the consciousness of what to do. And from my dear friend Rumi, who has been reincarnated as the person who this knowledge book was dictated to, is the same person. Let us live in such a manner that on Judgment Day, our actions, speaking for themselves, shall vouch for our inner selves. So, have a beautiful day, my friends. When you are living from your essence heart, you are sharing that light around you and into the earth and into the goods of the earth. And the earth herself amplifies that throughout humanity. So you as one person can make a difference. So shine your light. Be the love that you came here to be. Namaste. Thank you.